AOZ.
Yeah, what's up?
So how'd you make your first million, bro?
Fuck, man, first $1 million. I mean, the first $1 million came when I started running products for myself, right? Like, that was a transition from freelancer to, let's say, vendor, offer owner, advertiser, whatever you want to call it. But I basically started selling my own products instead of helping other people sell their own products. So that was a big change. And like I said, first I did women's dating, then I did astrology. But the big breakthrough was a manifestation. Shit, we need to tank actually. So next gas station we stop, but we just missed one.
Sorry.
And that was basically it. You know, I remember it clear as day. I was in Stockholm, Sweden with my friend. I launched a promotion and it just banged, you know, like fucking 3K profit in one day. Then 6K and then 8K and then 10K, and I just kept going, like very consistent for a long time. And that was when I made my first $1 million cash, after taxes, after expenses, after everything. I'm not talking revenue, but cash in the bank, $1 million.
Damn.
Like that was one promotion, and I mean,
and how
it was great.
How long did it take to take off? Was it like the day?
7 days. 7 days. I wrote it in 7 days. I made the video, the voice, everything in 7 days.
Wow.
It just took off. It just took off, bro. It was amazing, you know.
Yeah.
I was in Sweden, then I went to Georgia, and then I was in Georgia hustling, making money, training judo. Georgia was an amazing place, by the way. It was like the ideal place for the come up, I think. It's funny because every time I have a come up, I have a story attached to it. And this story, like, I really wanted to learn judo. So I went to Georgia because I heard about Georgian judo. And man, this was before, if you like UFC, this was before Ilya Topuria, this was before Merab Dvalishvili. Like, I heard about Georgia from a documentary I watched about Guram. Guram is a Georgian fighter. It was such a beautiful documentary, then I learned more about it. I always appreciated judo, and I just started watching it, you know, getting interested. I was like, fuck it, let's go to Georgia. And this was coincided by the time when I was in the process of making my $1 million, my first $1 million.
Interesting.
But of course, like I said before, I never had this overnight success. I'm not that type of guy. I never hit like a crazy crypto run, never hit like a crazy stock run, never hit a crazy like brand that blew up overnight. No, it was always like slowly and surely. I built up my skills, I built up my skill set, and that's when I, you know, slowly and surely made my $1 million. I think for me personally, I was always the millionaire first before the million came, you know? I was a
mindset.
Guy, mindset is skills first and foremost. The mindset came first, then the skills came, and then the money came.
I love that. I
know for some people it's like the $1 million can come first, like maybe it's crypto, maybe it's like a crazy business, like the first business that hits off, and then the character traits come in, right? Like they learn to be that guy as it comes. But I think for the majority of people, the more realistic path, it's like me, like kind of slow, you know, like 3 to 5 years. You build your skills slowly but surely, and then you make your money. I think it was the same for Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, for all those guys. They never had like a big lick. Of course, you can trace, like, for example, for Warren Buffett, See's Candies was like a big hit for him, right? And I think also Coca-Cola. See's Candies and Coca-Cola were the big hits for him. But if you look at the story, like even before that, he had like all these like projects that he worked on. And I think that's more common for the average person, like a more realistic thing. We should go drive by the river, but I'm just trying to look at like which zone we are in. You cold, by the way? Or
I'm good, bro.
I'm getting cold, bro.
You're cold.
Up the heat a little bit. Yeah, it's very windy here. Bye, bro. Okay, I'll put the music a bit lower.
So, what I want to know also is, like, you're talking about mindset, and that fascinates me because it's like, so mindset before and mindset after, like what, like Did anything change though, other than money? Really?
No, for sure, my mindset changed like in many ways, like the way I think, the way I articulate myself. We had a conversation about this, about art, right? Like in art, it's all about confidence, you know? You, I mean, you can roll the clip where I talk about this, but basically, I said something along the lines of, you can have a banana, it's a banana, but if you have a banana, you tape it to the wall, you call it apple, it's art. Now you make people think, right? Art is all about mindset and framing. I think it's very similar in business, right? In art, you can fake it till you make it almost, right? Same thing with confidence. Like confidence becomes real even if you fake it, because the moment you do it, you fake the confidence ironically becomes real. And that's basically what happened with me. Like I was faking it in the beginning, but because of that fake confidence, it was perceived as real. I got the job, I got the money, I closed the sales calls, whatever, and it built up slowly and surely. My skills took over, and now I have real confidence because it's based in reality. So yeah, that's like a big thing that changed for me.
And so even before everything, like I want to go back to mindset and like structuring your thinking, like how you go about, like, and I'm saying this like also for other people that are watching this, you know, like what about your thinking was different? Like what did you see? Maybe I'm not sure if you saw it after or before, but that you thought, okay, I'm doing something a bit differently. Like I'm.
Can I go here? Okay, because this is an ass road, you know, nothing interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Mindset, like compared to myself or other people, or I mean, I'll answer it as the way I interpret your question.
Yes.
So my mindset compared to other people is not too different. Like the way I think compared to other entrepreneurs, other young guys that came up, it's honestly the same fucking thing, you know? Like there's no difference. But compared to, let's say, maybe people that are in art, maybe people that get a 9-to-5, the typical day job, it is very, very different. So yeah, that's
so what's different? Is it like priorities? Is it what's different?
I think for shit, this is a shitty area.
Yeah, this is crazy. You got way out of town, bro.
I got way out of town, bro. Let's go back, bro. Yeah, I mean, my mindset compared to, damn, bro. My mindset compared to, let's say, other people, and this is not to say something is right or wrong. It's how I observe it.
Yeah.
Again, also, this has nothing to do with happiness, but this has to do about desire. I have a fierce desire to become rich. I have a fierce desire to make money, to be free. Like, these are the things I truly, truly want out of life. For other people, it's not like a big desire, and that's fine, you know. Some people really enjoy academics. They really enjoy studying. They really enjoy history. They really enjoy art. They really enjoy hanging out with friends. They enjoy the family life. They enjoy being in one place and cultivating that local experience, right?
Yeah.
It's really personal, I think. So mindset, it really is based on desires, right? And I think desire is a big thing. Throughout my life, I try to force people, like friends, family, to do what I do. Like, oh, you know, they tell me they want this, they want that, and I really try to force my worldview on them. I try to force my belief system on them, but that is not a good thing to do in life, because people are who they are. I think everyone chooses their own path. The only thing I can do is show what I'm doing and maybe inspire some that want that same path. But definitely, my path, a lot of people wouldn't like it. You know, they just would not enjoy my life, and that is fine, because in a way I wouldn't enjoy their life. And there's nothing wrong with that, because, bro, variety is is the spice of life.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
If everyone was like me, or if everyone was like you,
For sure.
Life would be boring.
Exactly.
Let me check, bro. Trying to get back on the main street. What is this Kesha? Yeah, this. But I do need to take a piss, bro. So,
That's alright.
Yeah. Cut this. Nah, I'm joking. It's fine. You can leave it in. People can know that I pee in my
You need to take. You actually also pee.
Yes. Alright, so what's going on here?
Yeah, just go.
Because he was turning. Yeah, so these are the moments that I really worked hard for, right? The freedom. Right now I'm in Budapest with you, with friends around the world. I can visit them. I can just drive through Europe, visit anyone I want. I have a friend in pretty much every town that I come across. That freedom is like, it was so essential for me, you know?
Massive motivator.
Yeah, and like the freedom from, honestly, responsibility, from things to do. I want to wake up when I want. That was the whole purpose and the whole goal for me. Like it's a child's dream, to be honest, you know?
Yeah.
Like it is a child's dream, but yeah.
But if you don't try to live the dream, then you're definitely not gonna live it, right?
Let me put on some Selena Gomez, bro.
Some Selena Gomez.
Yeah, bro. She has some good songs. This one. I hope it doesn't pick up, or else the whole conversation is like copyright strike. I can't put this up anymore. It's gonna be.
No, actually, you can. This is funny, actually, with copyright.
Yeah.
If it's something that's in the background.
Shit. Oh,
Hey! Caralho! Simbora!
It's so slippery right now, you know? The
Shit.
ground is wet as hell. Also, it's in automatic, so it doesn't rev high enough. Let's see. Oh my god, bro.
That's what you call torque power, bro.
Alright, enough. Let's go back to normal drive, bro. I don't want to get caught by it. Hey, this was all AI. It's not real life.
They're taking our jobs, bro. Fuck. It's funny, like, just go a little bit about, like, why you say, like, people wouldn't like your life.
Oh, I mean, everyone loves the outcome, right? Everyone has this idea of, who does not want to be rich, free, spend money on whatever they want? Of course, everyone wants that. You know, it's not yeah. But like, they want it, but everything that comes around it, like the actual desire to do it, it's not deep enough. Like just a small want. Oh wait, we have to just keep it. Just a small want. Besides actually desiring it is different, right? For example, I want to be a great poker player, right? But like, I'm not willing to sacrifice my whole life to become a great poker player. Cool. That's the whole reason. That's the whole thing behind it. So I want to be a great artist. I'd love to be a great painter, like, you know, and have these crazy wars, this crazy free lifestyle like Jean-Michel Basquiat, right? But I'm not willing to sacrifice everything that comes with it to have that lifestyle. That's the whole point behind it. Because you have to give something equivalent. You know, it's like tit for tat, right?
It's sacrifice is interesting. It's like it's that thing. It's that alchemy of life, right? Like if you're not willing to. First one is, I don't know. I'm thinking risk, but also just like staying power, like just biting the bullet when you're failing, you know?
Very much, yeah.
Maybe we can go a little bit about like mindset on failing. I think that's important.
Yeah, I mean, failure never stung me as much, to be honest. So, I felt like I've been a loser all my life, right? But you only have to win once. You know?
For sure.
So I never really cared, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think I'm the world's greatest loser. The world's greatest loser. That's a fitting title. Because it really is true. I can keep failing. I can keep failing until I'm old, tattered. My mind is not working anymore. If I win once, I'm a winner. I die a winner, right? Of course, I've already had my wins, but I still have that same mindset.
Interesting.
So losing, yeah, it's whatever. I'm used to it.
So what about for those people that are waking, like they're willing to make that sacrifice? Like, what would you tell them? What would you tell the younger you?
Younger? I don't have to tell me anything. That's the thing. These people, they already know what to do. They'll watch videos like these, like motivational videos on YouTube, just to watch it, but they already have it. They don't need this. The ones that will make it will make it. The ones that belong to the top, they'll reach the top. And I think I also belong in the top. So, okay, do I use mentors? Do I read books, buy courses, get knowledge? From time to time I do. But like in general, I won't need it because I know what I need to do. I can figure it out, right? People ask me this question because they want permission. But the ones that get it, they don't need permission from nobody. They'll just do it. Bro, when I was young, nobody could tell me shit. You know, you could tell me I can do it, I'll still do it. Nobody can tell me shit, and it's the same with every great person I've met. You can't tell them fuck all, they'll just do it. You know, like 1,000 people will say, no. You need a degree, you need like business plan, you need like money saved up. Or there'll be some excuse about, oh, but I don't know, I tried this, I tried that, maybe it's not for me. The thousands and millions of excuses there are and that they could make. Oh, it's not the right timing, oh, but I'm still investigating, I'm still doing research. Winners don't have that. Like the people who I've met that I actually are about it, they're about it.
So I'm hearing something in between, like almost like theory and action. Like there's like something there you're saying. Is that right? Like,
yeah. I mean, you need the theory you need the knowledge.
I mean, you have to understand what's going on, right? Like,
but yeah, for the mindset part, they'll figure it out. You know, like they'll do it. They'll find the right knowledge. Especially today, there's so much information out there. There's no lack of information. You know, zero lack of information at all. Mm-hmm. There's literal billionaires sharing their story, sharing how they make money, sharing their come up. We never had this in the past. Oh shit, it was neutral. We never had this in the past. Like this is the only period in life that we have this in. There's in terms of knowledge, in the past knowledge was a rare commodity, but now knowledge is steadily available anywhere you look.
I think that's actually one of the. It's almost like it's like a blessing and a curse, right? Like you have so much information out there. You have so much stuff out there that you're like, how do you sift through all that shit? You know,
don't. You try everything. That's what I did. I tried everything. I'm still trying everything. Every piece of knowledge I acquire, I tested. I tested it in real life. That's what most people don't do. You know, you tell them, okay, look, okay, whatever, you're a freelancer. These are the moves you need to make. Mm-hmm. Nobody makes the moves. Mm-hmm. I can tell you right now how to make money as a freelancer. First, you start in your city, ideally your local place. If you don't live in a good local place, you should rather move. That's what I did. I moved to Estonia. Estonia was perfect startup culture. That's where I got all my clients. I moved there with very little money, maybe 2,000 euros in my bag. I mean, 2,000 is still good, but like I had 2K in my bag from my job saved up and whatever, other things. And I went. I came there, I started networking, I started doing outreach, I started doing sales. That's how I made my first money. You don't have money to move? Get a sales job. Go work at McDonald's, do Uber, do anything. First step in not being a fucking loser is by getting a job. You know, most people aren't even willing to do that. They think they're too big for McDonald's, they're too big for Uber, they're too big for service jobs. Man, these jobs are necessary in our world. You know, because when you become rich, who's going to serve you? You know, it's someone in there.
For sure. Yeah, it's funny that you're talking because that's how my brother actually got his first money for investing. He's just working at Burger King for a few years.
Exactly, bro. And Burger King, I don't know how much it pays you, probably like 1.5k, right, in most countries.
Bro, it was like in the UK it was like I think like minimum wage like £7.25 or something like that an hour.
Per hour.
Per hour, £7.25.
It's good, man. Bro, you work 8 hours per day.
Maybe 6. I'm not sure.
I mean, it's 6. So how much is that? 8 times 6 is 24, right? 24 per day. It's enough, you know. You can already make moves with that. I made moves with less, so it's enough. You work 1-2 months, you can already take a shot at the business.
Yeah.
But yeah, those that want it, they'll figure it out. They'll gamble it. They'll risk it.
I want to talk to you. You mentioning risk. Like, let's maybe talk a little bit about risk. Like, what's like stupid risk and what's like, like how do you measure risk? Like, how do you go? You say, do you go all in? Do you think about it? Like, do you space it out? Like, tell me a little bit about it.
It's a really good question, and I have to think about it for a second.
Go for it.
I think it's personal dependent. Obviously, that's the first thing. If you're a young man, you're 20, you're living with your parents, you have zero risk. The idea of risk doesn't even, it's not even real. Like, you have a roof over your head, you have food on the table, you don't need anything more. So you can risk 100% of your capital. Look at this, man.
Bro,
you can risk 100% of your capital, and that's what I do. If I actually had it like that, that's what I do. So if you're young, no expenses, no nothing, risk is not real. But okay, let's take the total opposite of that. You're 40, 50 years old, 2 kids, married. Then it's a different story. The game changes because you have set expenses. That's where it changes, and that's where, quite honestly, I'm not too qualified to talk about it because it's not me, right? Like, I have friends that are way older than me and they have kids, they're married, and let's say they're making 10, 15,000 per month, right? They always ask, they also ask me these questions of, oh, okay, I saw you grow. I have this very good Irish friend. He basically saw me grow from like a broke guy to a millionaire, right? So, and he asked me the question. I tried to give him advice, but it's so hard because I can give him the same advice, but he has like different limiting beliefs that I quite honestly don't understand. I can imagine how it's like to have kids, to have a wife, to have this and that, but still, it's different. Different
when you have the actual lived experience.
Yeah.
Right?
So the only thing I could say is, of course, there are many examples of entrepreneurs that made it big when they're older, right? So still, I think it comes back to desire and what you can stomach. So, for example, for him, he wants certain expenses. He wants to do certain things for his wife. He wants certain things lifestyle-wise, right? That he's not willing to compromise on, which is 100% fine. That's his choice.
Yeah.
But that comes at the expenditure of the risk that you are able to take. All right. So, for example, I had this conversation with a friend. If you could flip a coin right now for a 1/10 chance to make I think it was $1 billion or 100 million, or to lose it all, would you take that 1/10 shot? I would take that shot, even though in 10% of the chance, in 90% of the cases, I go broke. Why? Because the pot odds are there, right? Like in poker terms, the flip is profitable every time I take it. If I take it 1,000 times, that flip is profitable. So I have to take that flip. But if you are 50 years old, you have other expenses, you have to think to take that flip, even if the flip is 50-50.
Yeah.
It's a very hard choice to take the flip because you're not only putting your own life at risk.
Yeah.
You're putting the life at risk.
And your own suffering.
No, you're putting the life at risk of your family, of your kids, right? It's not just you. If it's just you, it's all dependent on you, right? honestly, if you're a young man, you should not be afraid of anything. You're like God's greatest gift to this earth, right? Like I'm not really too religious, but I grew up with like religious education, like European education. So you should be able, like, you should have that hunger and that fire to just risk it all. That's my opinion. But if you're older, you're already a boomer, it's a different story, man. And maybe, you know, this message is not to them, to be honest. Like, yeah.
You know, it's funny actually. There was a story in my village where there was this guy he didn't know how to read or write.
Yeah.
And I think he was like 45 or something like that. I mean, we're talking like, this is a story that I think my granddad told me this story.
Yeah.
And this guy was like 45 and he worked his butt off like his whole life to pay for his own education, to go to uni, and became a lawyer at 45, at 47,
it's crazy. It's
or 48. And then he became like a super successful, like learned how to read. It's crazy, right?
Yeah, it's baller.
Yeah.
You know, I respect people like that more than I respect young money makers, you know, because it's easy for me. It's like, there's nothing. I have all the energy in the world. I have like the crazy mindset, the knowledge. What is hard about this? Nothing, you know. Yeah, I respect guys like that a lot more.
So stop complaining and get on with your shit.